Hello, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Wild Thoughts, with your host, The Big Bang. Now, I can't believe I just said podcast again. What is wrong with me? I think about it all day long. That's what I try to get out of my head, and I keep thinking about podcasts. And then when I get onto the microphone, I want to say the word knowledge drip, but what comes out? Podcasts. That is correct. In today's great world where we jump off cliffs and see how far we can fly, or drive a car and see how fast we can go, or we fly an airplane and see how high it will fly and how far away. That's what we do. We go out there and we try things out. And you know how we do that? We tell ourselves that it's possible. And that's what today's podcast, Knowledge Drip, is going to be about. It's going to be about the possibility of what you say to yourself is the auto-suggestion, which will eventually conquer your mind, which will eventually show you your true self. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of what you say. It's the art of how you would call it auto-suggestion. And it's just real hard. You know, you're going to be auto-suggesting to yourself everything in your life. You're going to auto-suggest when you need to shit. You're going to auto-suggest when you need to come. You're going to auto-suggest when you need to drive somewhere. You're going to auto-suggest what you're going to eat for breakfast or dinner. That shit is real. The law works really well. Now, you can do those little easy tasks, those little easy sayings of that. You can say those easy ones. I'm just going to go to work. That's my auto-suggestion. I'm going to hate work. That's another auto-suggestion. When you go out there with an attitude and you're suggesting to yourself that it's going to suck, or you're going to suggest to yourself that it's good. And guess what? Manifestation is going to prove itself in time. As I sip on a buy drink, it's pretty good. They're going to run together. The connection between the earth and the mind, you know what I'm saying? They're going to run together. And if you, whatever you say, the auto-suggestion you put into your body, into your mind, that's exactly what is going to happen. How does this miracle work? Well, I'm going to tell you how it works. It works by the thought first, and then the action that you take to go with the thought. You know what I'm saying? That's like rendering more service. When we talked about it a few days ago, rendering more service than getting paid for. Or, what was the other one? Self-control. We talked about that too. But I'm getting off. Auto-suggestion. That is where we're trying to stay today. Auto-suggestion of what you want to do in your life. Auto-suggestion of what you should say in your life. Auto-suggestion of how you should save your money. Auto-suggestion on how you should win your money. Auto-suggestion on everything. But you can't do it without having peace and harmony in your life. All right? Otherwise, it's going to be all discorded, and you got to stay calm. Today, I was reading in one of my another favorite books that I have, which is the book called, How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job. It's by like Dale Carnegie or something like that. But in that book, he is talking about, yes, I know, it's one of the 2 books I read. Congratulations, I read 2 books. Whoa, so cool, I know. But in that one, he was talking about you got to stay, your mind has to stay awake. It's not that you get tired or fatigued from the hard work. It's that you get fatigued from the boredom. You know what I'm saying? You tell yourself that you're going to get tired. You tell yourself you're tired. You go to work, you say you're tired. You wake, you see the first person you see, and I'm like, oh, it's early, I'm tired. And then you just like ready to go to sleep just like that. Because you auto-suggested to yourself. Now imagine if you auto-suggested something like, I'll probably make $100,000 today. And then you truly did the action to take it. What do you think would happen? Someone should run that experiment. Maybe I should try it. Be like, you just set a definite chief aim in life, definite time, whatever time you want. You know what I'm saying? You know what we're talking about because of our self-confidence formula. If you haven't listened to it, fucking go back and listen to it. And just like in the self-confidence formula says about auto-suggestion. It says about everything that we talk about. The self-confidence formula is the whole book of the law of success. It's pretty much damn what you need to live your life by. Well, don't take that from me, but you can if you want to. It's just that good. Whew. Well, somebody wrote into the show, and they said that I should do a sponsor on some type of animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of animal should I do a sponsor on? But I didn't have any right off the top of my head. And then I looked. And I looked for a little bit and said, what type of sponsor could we have today? What type of sponsor should the Wild Thoughts have in this amazing, self-taught, singular breathing world? And I said, you know what, Ant? You know what, Ant? I'm going to choose? I'm going to choose all the motherfucking ants out here, especially these damn fire ants out here. Damn, those things fucking work, guys. I don't know if you've ever seen a fire ant work, but it also works off the thought of auto-suggestion, mainly from the queen. And the auto-suggestion is to go out, find food, feed it, get it fat, keep eating. And the process repeats over and over again until the queen, eventually passes on, which they all do, because they are just a little piece of flesh and bone, not much different than you or I or the cows. So the ants are my sponsor today, just because of how amazing, brilliant, and how fast little motherfuckers can move, and they can swarm up, and they're like the number 5th killer of humans, or like all time. Like, those things are like badass. So you better watch out for those ants. Thank the ants for controlling the ecosystem. The ants are the ones that move dirt from one place to another place, seeds from one place to another place. They do it efficiently. They bury the seeds underground. Then the seeds pop up eventually, start growing stuff. They're freaking land changers, man. So that's why we got to give some thanks and some gravitation to the ants. And that's why they want to be our sponsors today of auto-suggestion, which will then turn it on. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I got another new iPhone, whatever. So what? I got another iPhone, and I'm trying to figure out. I'm using a different password for this new one, so it's a little bit harder because sometimes it zones out, it turns off, and I want to make sure that it's still fucking going. And sometimes it always seems to go. So maybe that's me subconsciously auto-suggesting that it's not recording when the screen goes black, and then I hurry up and try to fix it out, but I don't know the passcode because it's a new phone, so I don't have it memorized yet that quickly. I mean, I got it memorized, but not that quickly. I got to think about it. And then I do that, and I forget what I'm saying, because the mind can only hold one thought at a time. Just as I was listening to another thing today. I don't know who it was by, but some guy that was thinking about think positive, and he said your mind can only think about one thing at a time. So if you're going to think, you might as well think positive or something like that. So I was like, yeah, okay, that works for me. So that's where that idea came from. Now today, after all is said and done, the reason I like to see it, the time, is because I know what time it is, and then I can tell you, like, but now that's not working, so it's slowing me down a little bit. And I'm going to just trust the phone. I'm going to put all my truth and justice into the phone right now that it's recording me, because I know nothing can be built upon truth and justice. And today I want to go over a thing called the persecution of time. And I wrote this couple days ago. Actually, not a couple days ago. I wrote it on Sunday, I want to say. Oh, I need some more fucking water. I wrote it on Sunday. I made it my own motherfucking thing. And I want to tell all the great followers and leaders of Wild Thoughts about what I had written about the persecution of time. So, let's get into it. This right here is what I have written. It's like 5 pages. You're getting this straight from my mouth. That's right. No one has read this. No one has heard this besides me. So, you guys will be the first. and you'll be able to live your nice little fine lives, and you'll be able to control time with this thought of the persecution of time. So take your break, take your breath, and think about all the stupid shit that you had to put up with today, and tell yourself that it was exactly as it should have been, and you are happy that it happened. That is how we're going to start off this affirmation today. Unless something terrible happened to you, then, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Something real bad happened to you? Yeah, whatever, man. Just do whatever you gotta do. But here we go with the persecution of time. Our hands are drawn. The feet are free. Our eyes can humble. The tongue will move. The heart will beat, and the mind will think. Our greatest and most virtual assets, we are. The periodical illusion of light will be seen, and the darkness will be ever creeping and stimulating in our thoughts and our actions towards our true human becoming. The plan of time is for you to create more and more time, which is also why it is the persecution of time. For the evolution of time to continue, you must either create a new form of you through multiple DNA swaps that is vital between you and another human becoming. This way is the best, for it has been produced for centuries on that is how it should be. And that is the way nature planned the first part of your evolution. The second part of your bound evolution is death. Even though death by illusion is only captured in full potential through the cells and organisms that you eat or be eaten, the prodigy of life is the foremost to be unseen. So if you have been looking into a cow's eyes, you would never see its right and left hooves. Our persecution of time is unending, a valley of rifts, a rod of thorny roses. Our minds, our thoughts on the actions of life is dependent on what you want to feel or think, autosuggestion, and how you are capable of being present in the moment. How well you are able to let the past go and just recall it to help it avoid the unnecessary pains of life, of the hurtful thoughts we choose every day, what we want in life. And for listeners of Wild Thoughts, we want our short place, this short persecution of time, to be marked with happiness and abundance and bullshit and misery. We refuse to let the thoughts and stimulations of failure to win our circle of life. For the lesson of future will be the best learning format of all time. Everything we need to be successful and abundant is in the fact that we know we are truly enough, that our thought patterns will bring us into the illusion we put in our heads and hearts. Whatever you want in life, whether it be money, clothes, shopping, cars, planes, total destruction of life. If you put in the thought and affirm to you that whatever you want, you will get, and you take the right actions to forfeit your desire, then the manifestation of the persecution of time will be in your favor. Keep allowing your thoughts to be in the vibration and pull that you are in need of. Use your mind's locating service. It will come. Big bang. Whew, what do you think of that? That was a little story I had written right there called The Persecution of Time. And I thought that was really good. I thought it was 5 pages. I guess it was just 2. And then there's this other page that I didn't mark the name of. So, oh my God, you know what we have here? We have another unmarked story. Oh, listeners of Wild Thoughts, congratulations. Congratulations on being high. Wow. And you know what happens when I have an unnamed story? And the reason I know it's an unnamed story is because I always end it with the same thing. And if I end the story or I end the thing, I write the thing at the end, which you guys will never know because you don't have the book and I never tell anybody. But it's pretty dope. So I write it on the end of all of them to know when I'm over. But this one is unnamed. This one is fresh. It's new. It's powerful. Oof. I'm a little excited because we got a couple pages here. And you know what that means? You guys can write into the show now at reflife32@gmail.com. And you can give it a name. We can name it. We can unname it. We don't have to name it. It doesn't have to be named. It doesn't have to be placed in any type of origin, religion, sexual content, or various other forms of metabolical life forms while they're screw driving the fire into a blue pipe and smoking some marijuana. So, if you can think of anything that you like to hear, then let me hear it. But now, let's get into the story that has been written with no name or adjective or noun or whatever else you want to freaking call it. Take a break and drink your water and drink your buys and drink your beer, whatever you got, just drink it up. It's pretty good. Oh, here we go. Oh, where was it? Right here. Good afternoon, leaders and influential human becomings. I am in great opportunity for you to be timed with enjoying another knowledge drip. It has been advantageous and spectacular to grow and acquire the knowledge of becoming successful. As we are aware, Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang has moved up the charts. At one point in the beginning of the knowledge drip, there was but one listener, and we have slowly grown to now 790, actually 798 now. Congratulations, leaders. This is no way this massive knowledge drip would have grown to all 7 continents without the abundance of support from the leaders that they have shown. Now, at the beginning of this, we need to cover some important things. As are outlined in the law of success in the 16 lessons, I need to share with you our definite chief aim. Well, my definite chief aim for Wild Thoughts. Our first is the manifestation for Wild Thoughts. For Wild Thoughts, we're to just do the knowledge drips at least one a week and 10 pages of writing for material for this great knowledge drip. And the manifestation has been fulfilled. That was our first one. That was our first determining thing. And guess what? We're kicking its butthole. So congratulations on that one. All right. I, the Big Bang, am curious of the possibilities of being and growing and reluctantly practicing the law of rendering more service than being paid for. The support of the earners, leaders, and manifestations of improper technique. Well, now it is time to get into the manifestation and definite chief aim. For Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang, our life is determined by the way we think. Put neat things in order and allow your intuition and self-respect to allow you to love yourself. Now back to the definite motherfucking chief aim, bitches. The next goal and opportunities will be decided by the actions and thoughts of seeds. And the thought is to have 1,320 leaders by December 13th. I think that's a pretty fucking easy goal. Let's get it done. With that being a very easy and attainable definite chief aim. I will reach out my vibrations to the entire human becoming population. Although I know it will not be happened by just me alone, I have full trust in the leaders of this knowledge drip. Our second conclusive definite chief aim is to continue to become more educated and self-enlightened, and to be thinking and feel that the act I am performing for Wild Thoughts is the most and best service I will offer to the listeners. The third chief aim is to start earning more money. I have the rewards set up already. Now I just need 125 human becomings to sign up and share their story. The definite chief aim of getting a value of money, and this goal is to be done by October 16th, 2019. It's going to be fucking easy. We have set the goals that are achievable only through the flow of a group, vibrations and thoughts on a high. The grass has gone, the dreams, the drugs. It may seem that the very wide awake is a consciential experience. I don't know what that says. Consciential. Oh, conscientious. I can't even say conscientious experience. The needs and things we have are just an illusion. The illusion of happiness, the illusion of sad, the illusion of love. Part of where we grew up, the understanding of a breath, or the estimating factors that bring us a unique happiness. Possibly the most tragic thing is love, or maybe the delusion of love. You try to love and let love circumstantially. Our visions are faked. Our feelings are faked. We barter to get some enjoyments, our freedoms of pursuing and loving ourselves. It seems nearly irreversible to the soul. Passive thoughts and a breathing ability might have your feelings fleeing statically, involuntarily. You have placed concrete around your feet and a flotation device around your upper body, keeping you at a false security of life. The broom matador of your fatigue you push on the easy way through life, paying bills and stressing about an abundance that you refuse to collect. The power in affirmations can only do so much. When the thought of lack enters your mind, do and eliminate the control of fear. The fear in your life can easily manifest the possessions or lack of possessions. Once again, auto-suggestion, that's right. The harmonious and happy, the pillow safety of your life. I gotta flip the page, hold on. I gotta flip the page, bitches. That's right, gotta flip the page because I got so much writing here. Think of that. Take a risk is essential to your life force. Through growth and regress, the risk we take can mean 100 failures, or the risk can mean one victory, one flawless, perfect victory, vitally moving your life in the direction you need to go. The failure of your futures will be much more easily attained and reigned around you. The more risk you are willing to take. Everything we do in life and in our breathing as human becomings is risky. A lot of dumb motherfuckers are afraid to rein in the possibility and flourish in the abundance. The message I am aware that is trying to make itself prominent. And now, we must allow it to punish us. For the seeds and the fruitions are all around and we have laid punishment on ourselves for not allowing the seeds to be nourished into the earth and replenished and fundamentally drawn to our use. For the earth is in everything, and the earth is just its own replication for anything that is. Just is our own replication for anything that is too true to be alive. Rocks, soil, plants, insects, animals, and human becomings all have a tendency to self-destruct, living in a constant fear. The fear will be seeked, and the fear will place cement on your feet and a flotation on your back, keeping your body and face emerged. The fear of imbalance, the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of death. These are all illusions we have decided, and these are the illusions we're going to live with. Big bang. Oh, yep. So, now that story's done, that was pretty good. Wow, we're at 25 minutes now. We're doing pretty good. We're almost there. 30 minutes. Take another sip. You know how I like to finish off? It's been a few days since I've read and read aloud, all right, out loud to the self-confidence formula. So now we're going to jump into that because it's been a few days since I've done it, and I'm going to go right to the page. You know why? Because I want to make sure I get it right. And there's nothing wrong with checking yourself over and over again, because you think you're going to get it the first time? Probably not. You think you're going to get it the 100th time? Probably not. You think you're going to get it the 1,000th time? Maybe. You just might. You might be able to try it out. So, with that being said, we're going to do the self-confidence formula, and then we're going to close out the show, and then I'm going to go to sleep because I'm motherfucking tired. So, here we go with the self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous actions towards its attainment. I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in an outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. I know that through the principle of auto-suggestion, which, oh guys, what were we talking about today? What was our first thing we said today? Auto-suggestion. I'm telling you, the self-confidence formula goes over every sucking thing. All right, here we go. I know. This is the third one, guys. This is the third self-confidence formula one. We'll just start right at the beginning. I know that through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of the factors named in the 16 lessons of this reading course on the law of success. I have clearly mapped out and written down a description of my definite purpose in life. Hey, we did that today too. Guys, we did that. We got to go through that today, our definite purpose in life. Wow, we're hitting all the check marks in the coming 5 years. I have set a price on my service for each of these 5 years, a price that I intend to earn and receive through the strict application of the principle of efficient, satisfactory service which I will render in advance. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon the truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to me the forces I wish to use in the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because I will first serve them. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing a love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my entire life, so that I will become a successful and happy worker in my chosen field of endeavor. All right, guys, that's the self-confidence formula right there. And I just wanted to get back into what our whole day was about, what this whole knowledge drip was about. The auto-suggestion of life. So, but remember, it takes way fucking more than just telling yourself something, though. All right? Don't just go out there and say, oh, I'm going to get $1 million check. No, You got to do a little bit more than that. You got to write down what you want. You want exactly what you want, when you want it, how you're going to get it. You got to go over all of that. And then you got to go out after you write it down. You got to go out and do it. Call for it. See about it. Find something, because if you auto-suggest, somebody will have the thing that you need, but you got to go out there with an open mind, and you actually got to go look for it. But here's the thing, is that you don't really got to go look for it. You don't got to go deep into the woods to find it. You don't got to go anywhere. You just got to think about it, and then you got to go about your daily business, whatever you're doing, wherever you're working. You never know. You just go about your daily business. You got a good attitude about you, because guess what? That's what people want to see. They see you got a good attitude. They're gonna give you a little bit more. They're gonna give you the better thing. They see the sparkle. You know what I'm saying? Even in the auto suggestion, which is lesson 13 in the 16 lessons, even in auto suggestion, they talk about, keeping a nice smile, not too big, but just right, having a nice firm handshake. You know what I'm saying? It talks about all that stuff. So that's all right. You can practice it, but make sure it's not anybody else's thing, because that is not good. Don't make it Tom Brady's thing. Don't make it, who's another person? I don't know. That's the only person I know. So you could be like that. You could think like that, and you got to make it your own. You got to make it your own thing. You can't be taking someone else's shit. It ain't going to work for you. It's been proven multiple times. So keep creating your own content. Keep creating your own life. It's great. It's great. It's a great short amount of time that we get to live here on this great green earth that's filled with amazing abundance of life. If you just look within and look around, you'll see everything. It's pretty fucking dope. Well, this has been everything for now. Until next time, this has been Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. Bye.